How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with The Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at all the movies I bought in February of 2024. And I guess we can go ahead and call this a mini haul because this month I only got 7 things and they're all DVD. Granted, I really should be slowing how much I add to the collection. It is getting pretty crazy, but still, I don't know. February is the shortest month. We could blame it on that. We could also say it's cold and I've just not been going out of the house near as much. I can't wait for the summer when things heat up, but I did get 7 things and there is some interesting stuff in there, some Shudder stuff and actually 2 multi-packs, so the multi-packs do kind of boost the numbers up a little bit. But still, not the biggest haul ever. I'll get to those bigger ones later on. But interesting for what it is, and there's no reason I can't do a short little mini haul. Why not? So without further ado, let's go and switch to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle taking a closer look at the February DVD haul. Let's start off with the Shudder DVDs that I got, especially because the thing that I'm excited the most about is a Shudder release, and that is Suitable Flesh. This is really cool. If you guys like the old Stuart Gordon H.P. Lovecraft movies, this is kind of one of them. Obviously, Gordon himself passed away, but the writer of Reanimator and From Beyond had this script based on H.P. Lovecraft's The Thing at the Doorstep, and Barbara Crampton, who's in this movie and was also in Reanimator and From Beyond, basically asked the guy, hey, do you have any scripts that you never produced that we could turn into a movie now? And that's where this one came into play, and yeah, it's a really fun kind of Stuart Gordon throwback movie, and it's really cool. It's, an evil wizard jumping from body to body and trying to take all these people over. It's really cool, and of course does get to some gory Stuart Gordon-esque moments at the end, and yeah, there's the Shudder logo down there at the bottom, but overall a really fun movie, and it's so great to do a Stuart Gordon throwback. If you haven't seen any of Gordon's Lovecraft films, really go check them out. Reanimator, From Beyond, Castle Freak, Dagon, they're all pretty good. Anyway, crack it open, disc is the same as the front. Definitely recommend this one. Anyway, sliding that back into its box, I did pick up one other Shudder release, and that is Unwelcome. Now, this actually came out a bit ago, and I didn't get it when I first saw it in Walmart, because there's the tiny Shudder logo. I did not notice this was a Shudder movie back when it was initially in stores. Luckily, I did find it at a thrift shop for only $2, so I came away pretty well in the end there. But Unwelcome is about this couple that moves into a small house in rural Ireland, and there are these strange little folklore creatures, and apparently you can make a deal with them, but you gotta be careful because magic always comes at a price. Sounds interesting enough, but yeah, knowing this is a Shudder release definitely gives me more faith in it, because you never know with these, you see a movie at Walmart that you never heard of. A lot of times they can be kind of so-so, but Shudder usually does a pretty good job with their releases, and hey, folklore and little creatures sounds pretty cool, and I got it for just $2. If you guys have seen that one, let me know if it's good. Anyway, after that, another movie that I took a while to pick up. I think there was just other stuff coming out when this was out, but I finally got my hands on Studio 666, and this is about the Foo Fighters trying to produce their new album inside of a haunted studio, and I really think that's funny, the idea that the Foo Fighters are playing themselves in kind of a self-aware horror comedy sounds really cool. I have not seen it yet, but it was definitely one that I knew I should probably check out sometime soon, and this had quite a bit of buzz when it first came out. There's the disc in this nice blood red there. Anyway, After that, something definitely much more obscure, Claude, The Legend of Sasquatch. And I really do like the old Blockbuster markings on there. And if you crack it open, ooh, a lot harder to crack open. Blockbuster logo, this sort of locking mechanism that they've taken out the lock piece for. It's pretty cool. And, well, there's the disc why I got it open. But basically, it talks about how Bigfoot is like this mysterious force, and some people have died thinking it's bear attacks. And these teens, of course, are going to go into the woods and find out that it's not really a bear. I looked up a little bit about this movie, saw some footage. It looked kind of old school and cheesy, but I did get this for pretty cheap when I found it, so definitely add that in. I do have a few Bigfoot movies, and, you know, a subsection of creature features is definitely cryptids, you know? So Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yetis, all that stuff. I'm putting those in their own section, and good to add one more to that. After that, we're going to move into the multi-packs, and this one isn't horror, but, you know, I do try to be a little more well-rounded, and that is a triple feature of movies. They all star Billy Crystal. The one I was most interested in was Throw Momma from the Train with Danny DeVito in it. But we also have Running Scared and City Slickers. Flip it to the back. There's a little information on all three of these movies. And one thing I really do like is they each have their own disc, which is pretty cool. Now, like I said, I'm more of a horror geek than anything else. And to get three movies that are all, you know, relatively big, yet they only take up one space on the shelf, and they each have their own disc, that's pretty cool. But I did find this in a used store, it wasn't even just a used media store, it was just kind of a thrift shop with a bunch of stuff in it. I had to really dig, but I found this for $1.50, which means each three of these movies I got for 50 cents, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, Throw Momma from the Train for 50 cents. Anyway, after that, I have another entry in the Midnight Horror Collection. Now, this collection put out by Echo Bridge there, and you see this famous 8-movie pack, Midnight Horror, Hatchets, and Cleavers. So yeah, Midnight Horror, they made a bunch of these, and they started out being numbered, and then you would get where they would make a big splash picture across the top and push them down and give them kind of a theme. And they would also do like 6-packs and 4-packs, I think. So the framing mechanism of Midnight Horror kind of got a little loose, but I usually try to pick them up when they're cheap enough. And this has some interesting ones in it. Dirt Boy, The Ridge, Green River, Animal Room, Followed Home, Loaded, and this Hollywood Scare Fest, which is actually a collection of shorts, and then The Killing Mind. We get some information about them on the back. Now, the thing is, for quality, these are kind of shoved onto 2 discs. So yeah, 4 movies a disc. These are never super high resolution, but it's always kind of fun because the movies are usually pretty obscure, and it is just that kind of weird out there movies that I do really like. Now, this next one I got is at the same thrift shop as I did Unwelcome, so it's $1.99 for this as well, and that is Penny Dreadful: The Final Season. This show, I don't know terribly much about it. I know that they took characters and ideas from that time in writing, you know, the old gruesome stories, and they kind of mixed them together and reinvented them. TV shows are always such a big commitment to me, but I know I do want to watch them. I try to pick these up whenever I see them really cheap. So I got season 1 before, and now I got the final season for just a couple dollars. Not sure how many seasons there are. Anyway, cover is this really cool skull looking thing. It's really a person kind of bent down, and the back has details and all the characters there. And then if we crack it open, there's a little ad, and we get a 3-disc set, which is pretty cool. If we pop this disc off, we get a image of a woman there in her gown, so probably some sort of asylum story, I would bet. So I've got one previously for pretty cheap, and now I have the final season. So looking forward to grabbing these all up and then watching the show. I'm not sure, I've never seen the show. Are the seasons kind of where they each have their own arcs, or would it be better to just watch them all and review them all at once? I don't know, but definitely a show that I'm kind of curious about. Anyway, so that's 7 things right there. Overall, some pretty cool titles. Really am glad to get some Shudder stuff, to finally get Studio 666, and between these two, that's actually 11 movies right there, so I definitely do have my watching cut out for me, and I really can't wait to get to some of this stuff. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you, you really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my monthly movie hauls playlist. I've done this for over a year, and there definitely has been some pretty huge hauls in that time. If you want to see a bunch more of this, relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.